So I wrote the start of a story, maybe a short story, depending on how you want to define it, recently.
I read it. It was good.
I've been sending.
I didn't. Yeah.
I've been sending it to everybody in our little group.
I'll get to it.
And one thing that I'd tell anybody who is looking for a critique or trying to get their friends to read something and give them some feedback, anything like that, is to write up like a little questionnaire of like the things you'd like them to actually consider. It's
I did something similar for my novel.
It's maybe a little focus groupy, but I think especially if like the people that you're having read it aren't also writers, makes it easier for them to consider what to like give as feedback.
And it's also, you can get targeted feedback for areas that you specifically want.
Exactly. But I decided that for this story I wanted to just full out swing as hard as I could. I want to make this a Kevin-ass story rather than just what Kevin thinks will sound better. What I think is funnier or more clear or cooler. I decided I'm going to just full on outdo that because I, in my heart of hearts, am a poser. So now I'm trying to be more genuine. We're all working on being more genuine people.
That's a good stance to have.
To that end, I'd like you to open up the questionnaire that I sent you, Tony.
Oh, man. Okay.
He's got to click it over on his computer.
I've been blindsided here. I wasn't ready for this. Oh, man.
This is sort of a time bomb situation that I set up.
Okay.
The longer it goes without being discovered, the better.
Okay, I opened up the questionnaire.
Why don't you scroll down to the bottom?
Okay, I'm at the bottom.
No, you are not.
Oh, I didn't see number 6. Secret bonus question. What?
The secret bonus question.
Why is there a secret bonus question?
It's because I thought it'd be really funny to do. And especially if you guys don't find it.
Am I reading it?
Yes, you are.
Let's say you know a shapeshifter.
A shapeshifter. You know them.
They can become anyone they like, but their knowledge is limited. So it follows shapeshifter not knowing to imitate a hidden scar rules.
You know, Mystique style.
Then your shapeshifter friend turns into you for some reason,
Yeah.
and they lose their/your pants. The dick they have formed for you is bigger or smaller than your real dick. How do you take that information?
How do you take that information?
Okay, so I feel like if it's smaller, that's just rude.
Right?
If it's bigger, that's also, you might be racist because you think I have a big dick because I'm half black. That's not. I don't like this.
Right.
Just because I'm black doesn't mean I have a giant dick.
How about you, Mario?
I don't know. I'm pretty like 50-50 on it, honestly, because it's just like if you understand the rules of the situation, it's just like, yeah, they're a shapeshifter. Presumably, I haven't told them about my dick, so it's a 50-50 shot for them either way.
Right,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
So, I can't blame a guy or gal for not shapeshifting
For not guessing
my penis
correctly.
Like, yeah,
Let's say that they should...
That's quite a standard to hold someone to.
Well, I mean, the other thought that you have to consider is that whatever size they pick is a reflection of how they think of you. They think
Maybe.
that part of you, like, is...
You don't know that?
You know.
You don't know
It's
that.
relevant.
Specifically, I said, like, I wouldn't say that thing to my... Again, I'm assuming we know they're a shapeshifter.
Yes, you know them.
Okay, yeah, well... I didn't tell them about my penis,
Right.
but if someone did, there's many a man I can see them being like, hey, like if you have to shapeshift to me, just so you know, like my dick, like 12 inches.
They just gas it up.
Yeah,
they
so
just gas it up. They can't fathom the idea of someone making their dick tiny.
yeah, so you don't know.
Now, the reason I ask all of this,
I have an average sized penis and I am proud.
what if pants go off? There's, this is a don't shoot him, don't shoot me. I'm the real one. Shoot him. They're the shapeshifter. We've gotten to this level of stakes now, and the penis that they have created is a micro penis or so comedically large as to be of medical deficit.
And it's like, okay, so what's the follow up question here?
Well,
No. Where it breaks down for me is just, how have I become enemies with this man?
you're not enemies
This
with
person-
them necessarily.
We're in a situation where who's the real one?
Yeah,
like,
I imagine there's a gun
apparently
being
a gun
pointed.
point.
There
like,
is a gun being
whose
pointed.
penis is the real penis? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean we're not enemies?
Yeah, like why are we in competition with the shapeshifter? Like, what's going on here?
Shapeshifters get up to tricky things.
I guess they do. That's just kind of how they are.
That's the name of the game for them.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is presupposing we're bros, though.
It's presupposing you know them.
Okay, yeah.
So.
Enough for them to be curious about, my genitalia.
My answer still stands. Like, if it's a micropenis, rude. If it's a giant tree trunk, racist.
Yeah.
Why do you think I have a tree trunk? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's funny.
Do you think you could get out of the situation by pulling out your regular penis, or do you think that perhaps somebody pointing a gun at two people who are identical sees one with an embarrassing or medically relevant penis, and then sees a person who could be a shapeshifter who just picked bang average?
See, that's the thing, man. I would hope they wouldn't pick the micropenis, being like, it's obviously Tony.
Yeah.
He's so insecure.
We could tell.
Of course he has a micropenis.
Now, you see, this is what I'm getting at here.
I don't know. I just,
it's fucking funny.
I feel like this whole situation just kind of is glancing off of me because, one, I've said, can't blame a guy. It's 50-50 if they don't. If I haven't disclosed anything about my penis to them. But also, I was a wrestler in high school.
Tons of people saw it.
A lot of people have seen my penis.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So if they wanted the launch codes, they could get the launch codes.
Yeah, there's quite a few people I could just be like, you can vouch for which dick is mine, right? And they just be like, yeah, sure.
I am one of those people. Yeah. I have seen your dick twice.
You could pick his dick out of a lineup?
I could pick his dick out of a lineup. Oof. He's well hung, ladies and gentlemen. Specifically ladies.
He could be a shapeshifter.
He could be a shapeshifter. Oh, don't gaslight me like that.
Anyway, the predicate of all of this, the very dumb bit that I thought of was, this is how I'm getting ahead of my dick pics coming out. It's to stop shapeshifters. I have to establish my penis.
So fucking
just
stupid.
doing the identification lineup before anyone even asks.
Yeah.
It's like getting the black thumbprinting shit, but it's through your penis. Yeah. They roll your penis on it.
Just
rolling it.
It just makes you more suspicious. It's like the cops show up to your door and it's like, don't worry, officer, I already have the photos. What do you mean?
I can be identified by this penis.
You were prepared for this? That doesn't speak well for you, sir.
And with that, welcome back to Scryer's Room. I am your host, Famfare.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mario.
And today we're going to go into some more Skaven.
Yes, the Ratmen.
The insidious, horrible Ratmen. So I wanted to talk about the 4 major clans.
Yeah.
This is going to be broken up into several videos, at least 2 I'm assuming. And we're going to start with the clan Pestilens. So last time we had finished up a brief history of the Skaven, at least the major plot points, up until the recent era before the end times of Warhammer Fantasy Battles.
Right. And
in that history, we had mentioned Clan Pestilens being some very contentious folks down in the Southlands.
These are the people over in South America who became worshippers of a Nurgle demon, right?
Correct. They are.
No.
Also correct.
Yeah, exactly. Also correct. So, we're going to go into some more details about these boys. The original name of the great horde that crossed the Arabian desert is lost to history, but they would become known as Clan Pestilens. Clan Pestilens crossed the sea to Lustria during the Great Sniff, the first great expansion of Skavendom. Some sources say they found a tunnel that connected Lustria to the other continent and marched through it, though this is contradicted by many more sources. It is definitely a thing by the end times, though, because they reopened the tunnels, it says, which implies they were previously established at some point, and that is how they launched their invasion during the end times. I will do a separate video on the end times and kind of culminate with this whole arc, and then beyond that I'll talk about Age of Sigmar, but until then we're just going to stick with the status quo of Warhammer Fantasy Battles.
Right.
Regardless, Clan Pestilens was seemingly lost to the other Skaven for a millennia. They settled in the rotting jungles of Lustria, and a region that survived the Great Catastrophe, but still suffered from its afflictions. Disease ravaged the Skaven, and they died in droves.
Luckily, they had more Skaven.
Always more Skaven.
And delicious, sickened bodies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at what point does it turn into just like, yes, I love the fever? Like.
So, speaking of that, they came upon the ruined city of Quetzal that had been abandoned for unknown reasons. In Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition, it is suggested that the inhabitants died of disease after packing themselves into more defensible positions. Others say they were overrun by demons and infestation, which are not mutually exclusive. Regardless, 1400 years before the Imperial calendar, the Skaven of Clan Pestilens occupied the ruined city and started to explore. An ill omen was recorded in the alignment of the stars, but the Slann would not discern its meaning for centuries.
So they're just doing rat raves in like a Mayan temple right now?
Yeah, basically. Just having rat cocaine parties.
What was the name of the temple?
Quetzal. The city of Quetzal.
Okay.
This is an tangentially related thing. I don't know if it's Aztec or Mayan. I'm sorry. I'm very disrespectful to the culture. I don't mean to be, but I don't remember things very well. Quetzalcoatl, how it's pronounced, is one of the things that I had heard.
Serpent.
Yes. One of the things that I had heard about its pronunciation is that the TZL kind of thing is supposed to be a kind of sound, almost.
I've heard about this.
That's
Quetzalcoatl.
I don't. I obviously can't pronounce it very well.
Butchering
I barely
Butchering
even know. I barely even know which peoples this comes from. But I think that's a very interesting thing. It's one of the few sounds that like you hear outside of like English makes use of a great deal more sounds than some languages do. That's why like some accents have like a difficulty pronouncing certain
they
letters.
Really struggle as a speech
it's like
development.
three languages masquerading as one.
Yeah,
basically.
And I really like finding the little sounds that we don't use.
Which, I only asked because that's probably it. Quetzalcoatl is probably the inspiration for the name, but I asked for because there's two really big Aztec cities. I always forget which is which, but I think it's Teotihuacan is the one that was like, even to the Aztecs when they found it, it was like air quotes ancient.
Oh man!
And so it was like the city of the gods, you know.
Yeah.
It's either that or Tenochtitlan, one of the two. I always get them mixed up, but I'm pretty sure it's Teotihuacan. But that made me think of that. It was just like they just stumbled upon, the temple of the gods, but it's Nurgle demon
instead. It's an abandoned city. I wonder what's down there. So the Skaven made their way into the sprawling network of caverns beneath the city, which the Mage Priest would come to contemplate. It is thought that under the ruined temple city of Quetzal, they encountered Uthul Chitaranak, the exalted herald of Nurgle. The corpulent demon was marked with the same weeping sores, foul stench, and bulbous liaisons the Skaven had developed, and, desperate to save their hides, it is thought they vowed to serve the demon and its dark master, who they proclaimed as the Horned One.
Okay, I don't mean to just keep poking holes in the Skaven's logic, but if the magic guy is suffering from the exact same affliction, I wouldn't assume he can save us from the affliction. He's not even saving himself from it.
Well, that's the Nurgle thing. It's just like, well, you still have the stuff, but you won't care.
Yeah, you won't care anymore. Join me, man. It's cool. Once you understand that it's cool, you'll have a great time.
It'll feel good.
It'll feel good because you don't have to worry about it anymore. That's part of...
Which is why everything Nurgle is gross.
Nurgle,
they're just so fine with it.
I just realized Nurgle epitomizes cosmic bliss.
Yeah?
Yeah, Nurgle is literally cosmic bliss. The sheer monumentous degree of corruption and corpulence is completely unmanageable, and when you fully understand that, you just surrender to it and therefore attain bliss.
I don't know if it's bliss. That might be Slanesh, but like Nurgle maybe like
because they're so joyous and they have carnivals.
Well,
and
yeah,
they giggle.
but like I think it's more of Nurgle's like nihilism,
Yeah,
like
because his thing is supposed to be the aspect of despair. So like I guess that kind of
like nothing matters. That's why it's cool.
Yeah, it's much more like nihilism. That makes sense. Yeah, I'd buy that.
And the rats found this compelling, apparently.
Oh yeah, they found it compelling. Yeah, they love it. Yeah. So under the supervision of their demon master, the Skaven of Pestilens redirected the energies of the geomantic web to the demon's chamber, granting it access to the energies of the old ones. So the geomantic web is basically like the old ones made a bunch of like lodestones and all the like the ley lines of power of magic,
Okay.
and then they could convert the earthbound magic, or rather direct the earthbound magic across the entire world into places where they needed magic. Because remember, all of magic comes from the winds of magic, would come out of the chaos gates, and that has to like travel places.
Yeah.
So a wizard, a very powerful wizard, could be in a location that has no winds of magic, and they're kind of a cuck. Like they're just
a
dick in
nerd.
their hand. Yeah, they're just a nerd. Unless they can pull that magic out of somewhere or have something that gives them that magic. So the Slan were able to redirect the earthbound magic via these grids, and this demon redirected it to him. At least part of it. With the help of the Skaven.
I'm envisioning it's not a great movie, but Iron Man 2, where he figures out the power source for his, the stupid like new element
reactor,
or whatever, and he like builds the like particle beam or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining that, but then it just pointed at a demon.
Yes, feed me.
It's the same triangle, but then like as the beam is like crossing the room to hit it, like the focus of the lens finally goes to the background behind the triangle where the demon is. He's just getting blasted like, yeah!
Just having a great old time. So the Skaven emerged from Quetzal and swept over Lustria in a tide of pus and virulence. For centuries it seemed the plagues never ended, new ones constantly engineered by the Cauldron of 1,000 Boxes. The Cauldrons are rumored to have been stolen from Nurgle, but others say they were relics of the old ones corrupted under Lustria.
That would be pretty baller, honestly.
Wouldn't it?
If they just stole disease shit from Nurgle.
It's like, hey, mine!
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do, bitch? They
Just a little rat comes out of from the realm of chaos, just like scurries away. There's like 3 rats carrying the pot out of the realm of chaos. Like,
Horned one, what is your bidding? And he's like, I'm going to open this portal for just like a couple of seconds. You're going to send a crew of your guys in. You're going to grab a cauldron and get back out of there. Are we stealing? He's like, well, because we love stealing. And he's like, then yes, we're stealing.
It's a lot like Ding Dong Dick. No, wrong reality. Sorry.
It's just a little prank we're pulling on the old boss. With cauldrons of 1,000 diseases.
The Cauldron of 1,000 Poxes. The Lizardmen of Lustria. Yeah, that's how you know it's good. The Lizardmen of Lustria started to notice the rise of pestilence when the temple city of Chakwa became afflicted. Inscribed on a single obscure plaque, the prophecy of Sotek predicted Lustria would fall victim to vermin that walked upright, but the time would come to an end when a forked serpent heralded a new god named Sotek. As the plague ravaged the city, the lizardmen examined the plaque with renewed interest. Meanwhile, skinks were dying in droves, and even the spawning pools were corrupted so that no lizardmen could spawn.
I'm sorry, I'm dying over it because you used the prophecy of like rodents that walk upright, and then immediately I was just like, kangaroos.
They're looking for fights.
They're looking for fights. They have it coming.
You want to go, hey?
And you know what? So the Warhammer's Warhammer
That's
Fantasy
so stupid. I'm sorry.
is a near 1-to-1 of like Earth and it's like geography. Is there in Australia?
Not that I know of, but we got to get a fact check on that. Are there heavy metal kangaroos? Because they'd be close to the Southern Chaos Gate. They would be chaos corrupted probably down there.
It's criminal if there isn't.
There could be kangaroo beasts of chaos. The worst.
Oh man, I can't make a good pun. I'm sorry. I'm not. I was like, chaos or root. Yeah, no, it's bad.
That's pretty despicable. The mage priest.
I'm also failing to come up with
right?
a pun.
Thank you.
It's hard. It's a hard one. It's not low-hanging fruit.
It's
for sure.
too dark for our human tongues.
Yeah, we can't handle it. The mage priest sent out warriors to sweep the nearby jungles. They encountered and captured Skaven, the very same beings the tablet prophesied. The Slan immediately decried the Skaven as not part of the Great Plan, as so many spawns of chaos aren't. But they also brought back something unintended. The Skaven carried with them many virulent and potent diseases that further ravaged Chakwa. As the Slan succumbed to the disease, they saw the twin-tailed comet, its tails looking like the tongue of a giant serpent. I'm going to take a minute. So the twin-tailed comet is a portent that typically heralds times of great change. Some people view it as like, oh, it's a twin-tailed comet of Sigma, but like typically it heralds horrible things happening. One of the things being the end times. The twin-tailed comet would happen, and then that would herald in the end times. There's a whole bunch of other events where the twin-tailed comet shows up to kind of like, in some instances, it heralds the tide turning in favor of order. In other instances, it heralds like great slaughter. I can't think of exact specific examples, but this is one of the ones where it heralds like, oh, bad things are happening.
That does just suck. Like, they're, any faction, it's just they're uncertain about a certain, situation or whatever, and it's just like, well, we're not sure how it'll go. The comet goes by. It's like, fuck!
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Yeah,
however it's going to go really one way or the other.
It really is. It's either going to go really one way or the other if that comet is involved.
It's like everything goes okay until the comet, like, damn you.
Everyone here start flipping coins and counting how many heads you get. If we hit 51%, we're going through with the campaign.
Which, also, real quick, that's in Game of Thrones, too.
A comet coming as like a massive portent. Yeah, that's classic stuff.
In Game of Thrones, it's like a red star. I forget what they call it, but it's like
when the red star shines in the sky.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing for like a book, and it's all. But then the dragons come back, and like, oh, magic is like working a lot better now. Isn't that crazy? It's like, isn't the thing in the fucking sky like? It's like. It's a whole thing. It's just really annoying because it's all the characters are just like, we don't know what's going on. Meanwhile, the fucking the thing is there in the sky.
It's lording above all of you.
Yeah.
The comet and a couple other things are why for quite some time I had a theory that Game of Thrones is secretly sci-fi. And I'm not going to go into that right now because I'll go off on it and it's not Skaven related.
So with the Slan dead, the Skink priest took charge, and the greatest of their number being Tehanoan. He led the survivors from the city to spread the cult of Sotek, vowing to defeat the Skaven once and for all. He was a red-crested skink, so skink don't have eggs, or rather, the lizard men don't have eggs. That's not what they do. They spawn as tadpoles out of spawning pools that the Slan made, or the old ones made, rather. And so every X amount of years, basically on the dot, a new spawning will happen, and a whole bunch will just crawl out of the spawning pools, and that's the next generation. And the Slan basically have each of these spawning pools like timed, so they know that this spawning pool is going to spawn at this day, this one's going to spawn at this day, because their whole civilization is so orderly and time based.
Yeah.
But there are certain spawning pools that will sometimes like almost seemingly like they're either abandoned or not well monitored, so like a generation will pop out. And sometimes there are sacred spawnings where whatever comes out of there is like marked by a certain like feature or trait.
A shiny Pokemon can have
a shiny Pokemon. Yeah. And one of the shiny Pokemons is the red-crested skink, who are basically bigger, taller, smarter, and more warlike. They're very martial, and the red-crested skinks would flock to Sotek in droves. They're like, yeah, this guy rocks. The Skaven are specifically fucking up skinks the most because the Saurus, the kind of dinosaur man. Well, I guess they're all dinosaur men. Skinks are closer to like the actual skink.
Yeah, like a lizard.
A Saurus is like a velociraptor man.
Yeah,
he's like big and strong, and they're nigh immortal. Like they're ageless. They're and they're almost impervious to disease. Like the Skaven plagues basically don't affect them. They can, but it's not nearly as bad as the skinks. The skinks have such a weaker constitution compared to them, so the skink populations were being fucking devastated by Clan Pestilens. So the skinks had the most vested interest in this new god Sotek. They're like, this guy will help us. He will save us. He will get rid of these rat men. And the red-crested skink spread his creed around Lustria for a very long time.
So is Sotek like a guy walking around now, or just like a mythological thing?
It's basically, they're trying, to my understanding, it is a nascent warp being they are trying to manifest.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because I sort of got confused. I thought he was one of the Slan, and I was like, so they have a guy named Sotek, and then also a prophecy saying that a guy named Sotek will save you when the vermin that walk like men come, and the twin-tailed comet appears. Either, like, everyone knew right away when he was like, and my name is Sotek. Everyone was like, I guess the rat men are coming. Or Sotek is like John.
It's just basically they prophesized that a new god would be born.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, well, I guess that we have to worship this thing so that he can get rid of all these goddamn rats because they're everywhere.
God damn.
So, thus began the Forgotten War for Lustria, which ranged from Imperial Calendar negative 1349 to Imperial Calendar 100.
Oh!
1,400 years. Tehenowin rallied skinks by the thousands to resist the rise of Skavendom in Lustria. In order for the Skaven to be repelled, they must first sacrifice Ratkin to Sotik so that he might manifest and slay the vermin once and for all. After the Battle of Guacmal Crater, the largest Lizardman victory of the war, thousands of Skaven were carted off to be sacrificed. Hundreds were being sacrificed by the hour, and it is said that the river Amazon ran red with Skaven blood. Then, Sotek finally drank his fill. So this is what I mean when I say I'm pretty sure he's a nascent warp being, because they're doing sorcery.
Yeah.
They're, hey, this soul has X amount of magic juice. This magic juice is going to Sotek. We're doing this thousands of times. We're going to slaughter every goddamn Skaven we see and give his soul to Sotek to feed his war presence so that he can come and save us.
Right.
That is how I interpret this. An actual person who knows Lizardman lore can probably rip me to pieces, but that's how I've come to understand how that was made possible. Well, what they mean by this new god will be born. Yeah, that's like kind of how warp beings work, to my understanding.
It's like a unique situation.
Yeah, like you need. Basically, like you need. Yeah, they just sacrificed. You need being the Eldari god of the dead in 40K. Yeah,
like basically the Yunari faction have like a whole thing where it's like we got to feed all the souls to Ynid, and it'll beat Slaanesh, and then
the god is on our team instead of.
But you got to be eaten.
Yeah, you got to be eaten by the good Wi-Fi god instead of getting eaten by Slaanesh.
Right.
Yeah.
You get eaten,
which means you also get eaten. But you also that means you don't get to save yourself on a 3.5-inch floppy crystal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You have to give up being on the floppy crystal. So Sotek drank his fill. Within the city of Quetzal, a snake infestation appeared out of nowhere in the lower levels.
They love snakes.
The snakes proved immune to all diseases the monks unleashed and forced them from the caverns to the surface. As the combined armies of the lizardmen sought to destroy them utterly, Clan Pestilens decided it was time to leave their new home of Lustria and return to the land of their origin. The Ratmen led a charge out of the city of Quetzal and made their way for the shores to construct a great fleet to carry them to the Old World. It is said at the Battle of the Fuming Serpent Island that Sotek finally manifested as a giant serpent in the sky, heralding a horde of snakes. The snakes and lizardmen crushed the last of the Skaven defending the fleet, but most of it had already left. Though still alive, the Skaven had been driven from Lustria. They would go on to instigate the first great civil war upon their arrival.
God. First off, 1,400 years of war with the Ratmen has got to suck.
It has to suck.
But
can't blame the lizards for hating them.
Yeah.
I'm also imagining, like, the Slan in my head are gigantic, big, fat toad men, wizard men.
Yeah, the Slan are. They're big old toad men.
Pretty much.
And I'm imagining, like, as the Skaven are being run off, the Slan picks up, "Who'd have thought that all our most powerful sorceries were useless against them, and yet these harmless snakes," as he lifts like an armload up.
He's picking him up by the 100.
Yeah. Just pouring out of every window.
Our most powerful magnetic fields had no effect but a simple
sharpened stick.
Clan Pestilens venerate the Horned Rat for his ability to create, control, and spread plagues. The plagues of Clan Pestilens kill insidiously, like with the Black Death and the Red Pox, regardless of the enemy's skill or arms. They are a quiet weapon that does not risk the lives of the near-immune plague monks as they spread them. The enemy breathes their own demise as a single infected spreads their ailment through the ranks, weakening them to be picked over by the Skaven hordes.
My goodness.
The Skaven of Clan Pestilens believe their creed to be the true will of the Horned Rat, despite the obvious blasphemies uncovered.
Right.
They seek to supplant the Grey Seers as the spiritual leaders of Skavendom, and are locked in an endless dance of undermining the authority of the Grey Seers, while also avoiding accusations of heresy. Unlike other clans who lend out their warriors and services to the highest bidder, Clan Pestilens lends out its agents to any party that will help further its own goals. They believe that the time for the Great Ascendancy is near, but it will only come to fruition if the majority of Skaven convert to their creed. How else can one explain the failures wrought time and time again by the bumbling Grey Seers and Lords of the Decay? Despite that, the last two Great Ascendancies were failed by Clan Pestilens. Don't worry about that part, guys. We're not going to talk about that part.
So,
it's because it wasn't me. Every time.
At one point in Skaven history, the Horned Rat does show up, and he gives a talk to everybody. That's a fact. That's where we're headed.
Yeah.
But like a part of this is they're like, we've truly spoken with like the Horned Rat, and then they find out pretty early on as they come back that's definitely not the Horned Rat. That's a different demon. To which I guess their only argument is like, but he's got the idea. He's got Horned Rat business going on. You know, he's the same. It's same.
Mikasa Sukasa.
You know.
I was gonna ask about that. I don't know if you know about it at all, but like, does that demon get converted at all to being like Horned Rat?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Because that's a thing. I haven't finished it. It's actually something I've been joking about.
Demons can jump ship?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't. The new Belisarius Call book. I didn't finish it, and I haven't finished it for like a month. That was a joke I said with them that like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I haven't finished a book in like a week, and it's like now it's like
been a whole month,
which is a huge thing. I usually read a book like every couple of days, but anyway, the Belisarius Call book breaks into Vashtor, the Archfane, and he has dominion over demons who have jumped ship from other Chaos Gods, and then they make deals with him, and then that binds them to him.
Huh.
And they could go back, but usually they can't, because they've already made...
Yeah, they already pissed off Dad.
Some cost fallacy, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's mainly that one goes over like a Slaneshi demon, who's like one of his like little bitches, and his whole thing is he's just like he wants to be beautiful and powerful, and then like so Vashtor makes him a beautiful, powerful body to, you know, and that's how he bargains with them.
Yeah.
But now you serve me forever.
I'll keep an eye out if there's a Vermin Lord that goes by that name. I don't know if he can. There was no further details about what ever happened to that greater demon, or the Herald. I just know that allegedly that's the creature they found down there. Mm. The source is cagey about it too. Like, legends say that what they found. You know how GW loves to do.
We ate him before we left.
Yeah, I was only bringing it up just in case like that did come up, or like that was just for me to say that, like, you know, whether it converted or they just it fucked off and they just forgot about it or whatever. Like how they think about it can also just like change, you know, how that like the energies, air quote, of the worship and how that all works. Yeah. It's like it's all about like the intent mostly.
It is. It's really about the intent, because bringing full circle to Sotek. Killing those Skaven only mattered because they specifically killed them for Sotek. If they were just killing the Skaven, they would just die. But the fact that they killed them in a manner like Sotek, take this guy's juice, that juice goes to Sotek. So like even like a quote unquote good deity can be empowered in that way.
I'm just also imagining. So they were run out of Lustria
100%
because like it was just raining snakes at some point. In my head, I'm picturing, like, all the heads of Pestilens and whatnot are fleeing, and then, you know, their guy, the horned one, is like, we have to get out of here, boys. And they're like, we made boats for rats. You're like a big guy.
Or no, the tunnel. You're a little too big. You're not going to fit on the...
Like, the biggest one of us is like 6 foot, man. You're literally 20 feet tall.
Honestly, I know you can change size, and you made yourself small that one time when we were doing all of our other plague stuff, and that was cool. But even at your smallest, your horns have like a wingspan, and it's a long tunnel to go down sideways.
I think you're gonna have to stay here, bud. I think
you can't do this to me. I've for 1,400 years. We'll call you.
So, speaking of which, when we get to Clan Scryer, they could call him. So,
oh shit, okay.
Clan Pestilence paints itself as egalitarian, for Skaven anyway. All prostrate themselves to the judgment of the Horned Rat via disease instead of the whims of the Warlords and Greyseers. Rank is determined by what disease your body can withstand, and a plague monk can immediately rank up by agreeing to be dipped in one of the cauldrons of 1,000 poxes. In this way, no chieftain can worm his way out of authority beyond his right, and no leader can retain power beyond his time.
Because either this disease gets you because you have to keep getting sick.
That's terrible.
Each of the 7 cauldrons has a different horrible disease. I didn't get all their names, but yeah. So basically, like you have to collect the Pokemon disease, like Pokemon, you have to collect the diseases to become stronger in Clan Pestilence.
All right, you're going to dip me into the cauldron. You're going to pull me out fast, okay?
You're going to pull me out. Don't let me soak. No,
Don't let me soak in there. We're not trying to prove anything to anybody. I'm a career Pestilens plague doctor. I just gotta, I gotta re-up. It's like a re-election campaign.
There are 7 Plague Lords at any given time, as stated in the Book of Woes. 7 is a sacred number to Nurgle.
Makes
No
sense.
coincidence.
Yeah.
The known titles associated with the Plague Lords are as follows. The first seat is the right claw of the Arch Plague Lord. That is currently Lord Skrolk.
Huh.
The second seat is the Archdeacon of Disease. The third seat is the Great Potentate of Pustulates.
Ugh.
The fourth seat's title is unclear. We never got like a direct, like, this is what that one's called.
That one's gross.
You wouldn't believe how gross the fourth seat is.
The fifth seat is the Spreader of the Word. The sixth seat is the Pontifex of Plagues. And the seventh seat is hidden to those outside of the clan.
Do you think that the ones that have alliterative titles have like a click thing going on?
They definitely do. They think they're cooler than everybody else.
Yeah.
I was gonna say after 4, that's like one is just like a band title, and then the other one's just cool. And then the other one, the before 4, are just awful.
The first Plague Lord to have a seat on the Council of 13 was Nurglitch the First. The mightiest of the Plague Lords at the time of his ascension, it was he who called the meeting of the Lords of Decay and ended the First Great Civil War. Nurglitch agreed to engage in a duel against the Lord of Decay Vask, high atop the Shattered Tower's Belfry platform, as Skaven tradition demanded for any who sought a seat on the Council of 13. The outcome of the duel proved a near thing, but ultimately Nurglitch prevailed. Since then, every Plague Lord who would take his seat on the Council would also be named Nurglitch.
So Lord of Decay, that's just a regular Skaven thing.
Right? Yeah, the Lord of Decay the Lords of
okay.
Decay are the names of the people in the Council of 13.
Alright, I was just, because, Plague Lord, Lord of Decay.
Yeah. So
it's different and that matters, because Skaven.
Exactly. So it's funny. So basically, Lord of Decay is more centered towards ruination, and Skaven's innate ability to live in like the refuse and the ruination of cities.
Yeah.
So Clan Pestilence views them less as the ruinator, more as the corruptor. We befoul things, we infest things, we make things gross and sickly and disgusting.
We make it abandonable.
Which is a form of ruination, but it's a different aspect of it, and they think their version of what that means is more important than your version. Go fuck yourself.
The Allied Atheist Alliance is the only answer. Because it has 3 A's.
It is literally that. It is literally that, dude. We are the United Atheist League.
Break his brains open up on my tummy.
I shall personally eat his entrails on my tummy.
I also love...
If you haven't watched South Park, go watch South Park.
God, that's such an old episode. Right now,
it really is.
That's such an old episode that the
Nintendo Wii was new.
Nintendo Wii...
Yeah, holy shit.
2+ generations
Feel old yet?
old.
You feel old yet?
3 generations old.
Unk energy.
Damn.
Man.
God bless America.
That hurts. A little bit.
Let's talk about Rat Men.
I'm going to go into some of their units now. So they're heroes and lords in the tabletop. We have the Plague Priest. A Plague Priest occupies the highest, most senior position within the cult, just below the Plague Lords themselves. These Lords of Pestilence guide their foul brethren in the pursuit of creating the most horrific diseases known to Skavendom. All of this is to weaken the mortal races and prepare the world for the great ascendancy of the Skaven. Within the cult of Plague Rats, members seek not wealth for themselves, but devote their focus to their master's work. The Plague Priest enforced harsh discipline by leading rituals to record and monitor strains of disease that are forced not just into captives, but onto other Skaven and the Plague Monks themselves. These diseases are seen as blessings by the fanatical followers, making them living altars of the Horned Rat's will. The Plague Priests are always at the ready to ensure that the cauldron of 1,000 poxes never goes empty.
So you know how, this happens to a lot of people. You ever been in a situation where, like, you go to the doctor and they kind of shrug their shoulders at you? They just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
If they captured you, you could be like, yeah, and then when I, like, breathe out like this, it just, there's, like, a rattle there, but, like, there's nothing in my lungs, and they're like, the horned rat is strong with you. We'll be keeping you around for quite some time. And you're just sitting there just like, I guess, you know.
Oh, I guess they're doing something right.
They're just doing tests on you all the time, seeing how it's going, and you're like, this is better than my doctor.
I was imagining more of just like a horrible diseased rat dude just stirring a cauldron, and then another horrible rat guy comes up and is just like, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't know, you tell me. And he splashes him with it and just waits to see what happens.
I think it was in the 4th edition book. There's so we'll do this thing where they'll like jump into the head of a character or like the perspective of like a random guyo and have them say a snippet about their thoughts or what they're experiencing, and one is from the perspective of a child, and it's like, and they grabbed me and they put a bag over my head and they fed me their black soup, and I said, I don't want your black soup, it tastes terrible, but they kept yelling at me and they made me eat the black soup, and then I came home and now I'm here. Guess what that was, guys?
Black Plague.
The Black Death.
Oh.
So
In my head, I'm trying to play it much more slapstick, where they're like stirring the cauldron, and then like one of them sneezes, but he like turns away first, and so his supervisor like slaps him in the back of the head. Sneeze into the pot, dum dum.
Three Stooges style.
Yeah.
Well, after the whole little
Pulling
kid,
their tail, like bobbing in his eyes.
Yeah.
little kid thing, I'm imagining they send him off, and it's just like, go home, Charlie. Like, I got a golden tick. He said, I got the Black Death.
I'm pretty sure it was the Black Death. They gave him some horrible disease that killed everybody in his family, probably. Because
Yeah.
that's what Skaven do.
I don't think there's very many black soups you can receive
But
from
it's just
rat
him.
men.
Like, it's just him skipping home, be like, guys, I got away, and then blah, blah, blah.
I lived. They gave me terrible soup and I lived.
Yeah, and then everyone's just like, fuck, you lived. Like,
They don't know better.
No, they just yell at him, Skaven don't exist, stop drinking
Yes,
liquid.
Skaven don't exist, you idiot.
Stop drinking the rainwater out of the tree stumps. That's rotten.
Stupid kid. So we're going to talk about the Plague Furnace now. These mighty war machines are covered in runes and sigils dedicated to the Horned Rat as a mobile shrine of ruination and corruption. They are ridden by a plague priest and pushed into battle by plague monks, befouling all in its wake. The most notable feature of the Plague Furnace is its massive Plague Censer wrecking ball affixed to its center. Crewed by plague monks, they swing the glowing hot censer back and forth, unleashing overwhelming heat and a cloud of poisonous gas that even beasts instinctually recognize as vile. These fumes serve to harm the plague monk's enemies and whips them into a frothing frenzy, invigorated by the warpstone. As the furnace crashes into the enemy, the crew unleash the wrecking ball, smashing apart what's ever in its path and poisoning all those still remaining.
Fill the wrecking ball with crack cocaine and light it on fire.
I was gonna say it's like a you know, the incense, a censer,
Yeah.
but it's also just a giant flail.
Yes.
But it's
Full of
instead of incense, it's full of magic crack.
magical crack rock and like everybody's tissues.
Yeah, you
Just play.
the way you're nodding, it's just like how the Skaven's just like, yes, cool.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
You're describing exactly what it is.
Yeah, the Plague Censer is literally... I will get to that towards the bottom of this list. So...
Oh, that's a different item.
Yeah, the Plague Censer. This is a giant version of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there is the Plague Censer,
Cool.
which is...
There's also the handheld.
yeah, the handheld Plague
Of course, they have
Censer, yes.
variety.
Yes,
I'm a fool.
It is faster to switch to your handheld plague sensor than it is to reload your gigantic one.
Plague Furnace. So we're going to talk about some of the named characters that are relevant, and then we'll get on to the rest of the units, while we're still covering Lords and Heroes. Nurglitch the 7th. So the Archplage Lord Nurglitch the 7th is the current ruler of Clan Pestilens. He is the seventh Skaven to hold the name as the Plague Lord occupying the seat of Council 13. After joining the Council, Nurglitch was unwelcome and untrusted. The aftermath of the Red Pox failure and the ensuing Great Civil War really damaged the reputation of Clan Pestilens, with them remaining on the Council because the threat they posed to the Under Empire. He once occupied the 7th seat on the Council, but has since moved to the 10th seat, which is a much more prestigious seat.
I like that. It's just like, he wasn't well received. Just like, what, is this the AIDS? Come on, guys!
No, it's because the AIDS didn't work.
And now, for the right claw, Lord Skrolk. The oldest and mightiest of the Plague Lords, he is the right claw of the Arch Plague Lord. When Skrolk made his trek to Skaven to offer his services to Nurglitch, he was so moved by his radiant corruption that he gouged out his own eyes, wishing to see no other creature after witnessing one so glorious. Nurglitch was so impressed that he sent Skrolk on a bunch of trials, including the Blind Worm Labyrinth beneath Lustria, but Skrolk overcame them all.
That sounds like a lie.
I call bullshit.
I mean, because it's Skaven, I can kind of see it.
His eyes were already toast, and he's like, I can make lemonade out of this.
No. He does the fucking the packet of ketchup, and then you stab it with a fork.
The hot fuzz
It's
move.
like, he just did that, and then the Nurglitch was just like, my man, yeah.
It's so impressive, you're so hardcore.
Now go into the blind worm maze. And then he's just like releasing a blindfolded rat into just like a hole full of worms.
Jeez.
He eventually finds his way out when, your supervisor gets bored.
The rat is just like, the blind worm maze is nothing to the rat that can see.
That's so dumb.
Dumbass worms!
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Skrolk carries the Rod of Corruption into battle, a gnarled spiderwood staff adorned with rusted bells and queakish runes of power.
Oh.
The rod thrums with pestilence and corruption, such that any creature other than Skrolk to hold it invites certain death. Those struck by it are infected with disease and decay at an alarming rate, often collapsing into a festering pile after one blow. The plague censer is attached to the top of the rod, Skrolk all but immune to its fumes. Skrolk also carries a Liber Bubonicus, or Book of Woe. The infamous grimoire contains some of the greatest and horrific lore concerning the creation and spread of disease conceived by the plague monks. It is filled with every single pestilent malady known to mortals, as well as some yet to be revealed. It holds all of the spells from the lore of Plague and the lore of Nurgle.
It's a Skaven Blight bestseller.
And now we're going to talk about the plague monks themselves.
Yes.
I'm going to touch on them briefly because they're pretty generic. The mainstay of Clan Pestilence military is the plague monk. They are zealots wholly dedicated to the worship of the horned rat as a bringer of corruption and disease. Their bodies are riddled with plague, so used to pain and suffering they hardly feel it anymore. Combined with their religious fervor, this makes them highly capable warriors. So on the tabletop, they typically will either have a hand weapon and a beat stick, or they'll have dual wield and be equipped with two hand weapons, giving them additional attack. Mm-hmm. And then their big thing is that they have the frenzy special rule, which means they get an additional attack until they lose combat. So a plague monk with dual weapons has 3 swings, which in original Warhammer, that's fucking wild. Because most things only swing once. Elites swing twice. So these guys swing 3 times, which is pretty big. And they had toughness 4, which makes them a lot more durable than the other Skaven.
So they're... Oh, man. You guys remember that episode of Courage Scour the Dog where the guy shows up and his health plan is to just be disgusting?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
With his reverse vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just makes everything dirty.
I don't remember this now.
And filthy and... Yeah.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah, it was a real Nurgle-centric episode.
They're just that guy.
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
He's like an immortal who's just...
Yeah, he's like 140 or something, but his life extension plan is just like, I feed off of filth. He's just like a Nurgle man.
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, these rat guys are doing it just by drinking horrible soup, getting beaten by religious leaders religiously.
Yeah.
And, I guess
getting screamed at.
Getting screamed at and carrying your burning crack.
Yeah, your burning crack rocks are important. Speaking of which, the Plague Censer bearer.
Yes.
The Plague Censer is a sacred item that only the most devoted of plague monks can seek to wield. These large, incense-filled flails disperse wet warpstone-based incense smoke. An unholy ritual led by a plague priest sees these weapons created. Reading from the Book of Woe, a shard of warpstone is ceremoniously placed inside of a cruel spiked globe. Afterwards, a ladle's worth of vile contagions is added, poured over the warpstone itself.
A ladle of pure bacteria.
Runes begin to burn as the concoction begins to bubble and boil, releasing sickly fumes. Those struck with the weapon or stand too near its fugue inevitably contract supernaturally enhanced diseases as flesh erupts into sores and fluid-filled blisters. To breathe the fumes is to invite certain death, and only creatures devoid of common sense would be caught near such a weapon, let alone wielding one. Those plague monks selected to wield the plague censer are selected to die. To be chosen for such a duty is a grand honor and one that is never refused. Plague censer bearers on the charge are the stuff of nightmares, the plague chanters leading these suicidal zealots as they swing their gaseous flails with reckless abandon.
Right, because they're not coming back.
They're not coming back, I don't care.
You're doing great, guys. Keep it up.
Here's the bunch of screaming rogue pustules, just ah!
It's kind of similar to the goblins have a
The fanatic.
Yeah,
similar concept.
Sort of like
they give that guy drugs too.
Yeah.
One of the plague monks is being handed one of the censers and is like given like a solemn nod from his superior, and then he's like, "Ooh." He goes over to a different rat and he's like, "It's an honor that no one refuses, obviously. So you'll be doing that. I'm obviously I'm trusting you with that because that is mine. It's your honor, though."
Yeah, it's your honor. It's a really I wish I could use that, but no, I'm gonna let you use it, man.
I'll fill it up with a scoop of plague.
It'd be a very Skaven thing to do, though. Just be like, "Hey, man, you want to trade identities?
You want to be me for a day?"
Yeah, and then meanwhile they don't know you've been given the censer, and just like, "Good luck, yeah. Great honor, huh?"
It's the greatest, I hear.
It's the greatest thing you could possibly do.
That's something that would happen in a book wherein what's his name? Thankyul was trying to infiltrate the clan Pestilens. That's he gets into schemes.
Yeah, he gets into some sort of almost like
Capers and
rom-com
shenanigans.
style scheme. Yeah, it's always shenanigans and
I love
antics.
Thankyul. He's the best.
He's so good. We'll talk about him when I talk about the Grey Series and the Master Clan.
It's not you, it's me. We just don't have the same AIDS.
Then there's the Plague Claw Catapult. So we have long had the actual tactic of throwing dead cows over walls to start plagues and disease.
Right.
That's a thing we do in real life. The Skaven turned that up to 11. So a collaboration of Clan Scryer and Clan Pestilens, the Plague Claw Catapult hurls globs of contagion at the foes of the Skaven. A putrid mix of disease-soaked corpses, semi-congealed poisons, and warpstone renders armor useless. The toxic semi-liquid leaving glowing streaks across the sky as it arcs earthwards.
Oh, just dumpster juice. Pure dumpster juice.
Just the grossest shit they can possibly find.
It was just like, guys, this is fucked up, right? You know what would be way worse? And then they just dump all this shit on it. Yeah, that just sounds awful. Fuck.
Anything that's left over in the fridge, throw that in there too. Microwave it first. All of it. Just, I hate the Clan Pestilens so much.
They're worst. They're of all of the Skaven, they make me them and Mulder, but they're worse because okay, you're fighting Clan Mulder. There's a big rat ogre. You kill it. You're a hero. You're fighting Clan Scryer. There's a techno rat. You kill him. You're a hero. You're fighting Clan Eshin. There's a ninja rat. You kill him. You're a hero. You're fighting a plague monk. You kill him. You're dead too.
You and everybody that you interact with in celebration.
Everyone you know is fucking dead. Even though you didn't win shit ass, so you're gonna die plague. That's why I don't like Nurgle is fighting Nurgle is the ultimate feel bad because you don't get to win. There's no actual winning against that.
Yeah.
You just you bring the plague home and everyone dies. Unless an actual wizard saves you. In the Malice Darkblade novels, in the second book, they have to go fight Nurgle, a Nurgle fleet, a fleet-based Nurgle army. Uh-huh. And no one wants to do that because, half the elves are going to die after we fight them. Why the fuck are we doing this? Yeah. But Malice basically has a writ of iron, so he has the authority of the Witch King himself, basically, or the Drakau, who's the leader of the city. And he just commandeers his brother's Corsair fleet. It's we're gonna go fuck these guys up, and it's horrible. One of them cuts his brother, and his skin instantly starts festering, and it starts growing across his face, and he's terrified the whole time. And then he's just dead.
And you have to go back on boats afterwards, which are already rife with disease.
Yeah, it's Nurgle is just fucked.
Yeah, it's I think I brought it up once briefly, but there's a Kane novel where it's a Nurgle zombie plague is broken out on a planet.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the cure is that there's a platoon of soldiers from a super religious planet, and it turns out their blood is the vaccine because they're just Christian enough.
They're so religious.
Yeah. 40K, that works.
And then Kevin made the joke of like when they get ejected, it's like Creed, like that slowly fades in your face.
Oh man. No, that's not the Creed song anymore, unfortunately.
Oh, are we going to reveal this on the podcast?
We have to talk about it.
We have to talk about it. We're taking a quick aside.
What?
You know. We showed it to you. We showed it to him, right?
Let's play ball at
yeah. Yeah.
If you haven't heard the
Marlins Will Soar by, I think his name is Scott Stapp.
I don't know his name.
What's the team?
The Marlins.
The Marlins?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're a fan of them.
Because we're going to be making fun of this song. The song is very...
Yeah, if you're
it's
a
not
sports
good.
fan, I apologize.
It's bad.
I am sacrosanct when it comes
Don't
to
blame
these
me.
things.
Blame us.
We didn't
Don't
make
blame
that
us. Blame
song.
Creed. You know.
Let's go, Marlins, make us proud.
God.
What is that? It's game day. Don't let us down, or something like that. Like
That is the song, yes. That's all of it. It's like...
Triple play, perfect game.
yeah. It's,
We will soar!
You should listen to
The famous
song.
soaring Marlin.
That's what a Marlin does. It soars. That's exactly what a Marlin does. God bless America.
man, that's
So I'm going to talk about
Yeah.
an item in the clan Pestilens arsenal. This is in fact the first clan-specific magic item of clan Pestilens in all of Skaven history. As far as their entrance in the tabletop, this is the first magic item that they had, and that is the Warpscroll. The first clan-specific item for Pestilens from the 80s was the Warpscroll. Inscribed on the hide of creatures using special Warpstone ink, these scrolls must be flayed from the host while it's still alive. A plague priest can then read the scroll to unleash its magic upon their enemies. Victims of the scroll suffer rapid and irreversible aging, shriveling and dying in a few seconds. And it affects like an entire platoon of guys.
Oh.
Yeah, you just perseveres their ass and they're dead.
so awful. I love how everything is awful. But, like, I still managed to just like make a joke about it in my head because it's like imagine them flaying a guy, and then they're trying to like write at the same time, and it's just like louder, just make him scream louder.
The magic isn't as good unless he screams louder. It only works when he screams.
It's like, I have no idea how that process works, but I imagine something like that.
Yeah, some people say the meat tastes better if the cow suffered, So I'm assuming the same thing applies to Skaven.
I'm imagining the Three Stooges Skaven in my head now that I had before. Just like they've been told to like prepare this this being for creation of a warp scroll, and they're like, well, do we write on him first and then cut that off? Do we cut it off and then write on it? What if cutting it off that means that you have to be done by then? So they're just like clumsily working over each other, making it all the more torturous for like a guy.
He's just screaming. He's being flayed.
Well, frankly, I think that you need to cut it off first. Otherwise, I'm gonna be wiggling around a lot. And they're like, we take that into account,
I imagine it's all like an Argentine Hunger Force with the trees, and they're just ripping off pieces of coral to write on. But they write on it first, and then they rip it off. So fucked up. That's parchment for you.
I don't know why that's also like the disease guy's main weapon to just like, and now old. But
yeah, that's it. You shrivel up. No more.
I hate the pestilence. How much more pestilence do we have?
And that is going to conclude tonight's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy the nature of this content, go and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube, and give us a follow on Blue Sky, and you can support us on our Patreon. I would like to give a special thanks to our aspiring magus, Uncle Matty, and a super thanks to our fellow Scryers, MidniteGrimoire, GaryGoblino, the Greater Good Boy, and my mom.
Love you guys.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
And consider, how would you feel about that shapeshifter?